I have a
Yeah,
question
that's
real
fine.
quick for Naruto explains and for everybody really. This is just something I was thinking about. Where do you guys scale Ashura? Like Apex Prime Ashura, like wood, like fucking wood style Kekkei Genkai, all of Hagoromo's powers, not like split like Naruto and Sasuke. Like fucking Ashura. Like, how do you guys scale? Where do you scale him? And like, how do you think he would have done against Ishiki solo?
Well, here's the thing. I think what people need to understand is that in Naruto, there is a sense of let's call it this. They're kind of overrated in regards to the characters that we have now, because those were the only quote unquote gods that we knew of. Now, let me put it like this. I think the overall big question is going to be how strong is Hagoromo? Can Hagoromo even compete against a character like Momoshiki? Can
Nope.
Hagoromo compete against a character like Ishiki Otsuki? I
Nope.
think absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. I think absolutely not. I personally believe that there was, as you guys like to say, an unreliable source or unreliable narrator, which was Black Zetsu, who kind of filled in a lot of the blanks back then that didn't necessarily know, well, couldn't necessarily compare that to the characters that we have now. Now, there's a bunch of abilities that those guys have, and all that is well and good. But one of the things that we have seen in the series of Boruto is that speed and strength sometimes trumps all those abilities. What's it called? Sasuke has a litany of abilities. It did not matter because in a blink of an eye, Ishiki Otsuki had his bunions, the big toe, pinky toe, all that in the jaw of Sasuke. He just could not react to what Ishiki Otsuki was doing.
Not the
So,
bunnies.
Wow.
fact,
Yeah.
no fact. So, I
Sasuke
personally believe,
slander.
and I 100%. So, if I would, here's the thing, and I think it goes from Hagoromo on down. I would say Hagoromo is a slight bit weaker than Naruto at his apex. Not talking about Baryon mode. And I honestly think if they were to actually fight, I'm not completely sure who would win. The reason why I say I'm not completely sure, even though I said that Naruto is probably better, is because Hagoromo is broken. I don't think that Naruto has surpassed that speed and strength barrier to make all of his abilities obsolete.
What's the
got
strongest version of Hagoromo?
The one after he absorbed the Ten Tails, well, after he became the
Okay.
Jinchuriki.
I just want to make sure we all talking about the same version, just to be clear. Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause some people
100%.
say like, because some people like they only scale him to like Kaguya because they don't factor in like he got stronger post battle with Kaguya because he became a fucking Ten Tails Jinchuriki. But I'm
Oh,
just trying to be
100.
clear. So,
Mello, I got a
No,
question
100.
for you.
Mm,
hit me up.
rock up.
So, and this for you too, Bar. Like,
Mm.
I know where I stand on this. So I'm curious about you guys. Like, so when you see Hagoromo, he's like talking to Naruto, and then that dimension, right before Hagoromo touches him, like you get this moment where Hagoromo clearly has six fast senjutsu because you see the true seeking orbs. They're levitating all around him,
Right.
and when Naruto asks him, like, hey man, like Madara's a problem. He's like, yeah, Madara's starting to approach my level of power. This is Madara with God Tree absorbed and one Rinnegan. He's saying he's starting to approach my levels of power. And then when Naruto says, like, well, is your mom stronger than you? He says Kage is stronger than him. This is still him with the Ten Tails absorbed. Or the six fast senjutsu. He has the six fast senjutsu power. He's saying Kage is still stronger than him, and that one-eyed Jinchuriki Madara, God Tree Absorb, is approaching his level of power. Madara then turned around and got another Rinnegan, and then got a Rennie Sharingan on top of that. And then Kaguya was shown being, according to Sasuke, to be so powerful that he didn't think anybody possible should be able to exist. He already met Hagoromo at that point. Like, I think Hagoromo's overrated. Where do you guys stand on that?
Okay. So here's the thing. I think Hagoromo's the strongest character in the verse that we've ever seen. This lore wise, he's touted as like literally being God. Like this dude has like the creation of all things, literally turning fantasy into reality. This guy literally like slept on the seventh day. Like he's fucking God. He's insane. this dude, look, I always say the creation of all things technique. I for me, I say it can be used under any circumstances because I haven't seen a panel, a description, dialogue, or anything to say otherwise. Now I know Naruto explains like you're heavy in the guidebooks and you read the novelization, so maybe you can bring up some dialogue or some kind of interview. But I like to me, it's the same thing with the whole Otsutsuki thing, Genjutsu story. In the absence of a counter argument, I have to go with what's most logical. And what's most logical is that he can use that fucking creation of all things under any circumstances. It's literally like fucking broken. This dude has Toad Sage Mode, Senjutsu. He has six paths. Did he create six path Sage Mode specifically for Naruto? Like that shit was wild. Like nobody in like the verse
Yeah,
like
nobody else has it.
yeah, like
That's
it's
a
almost like
poem he
just,
gave directly to Naruto.
yeah, it's almost like he created that shit specifically, and then he has six paths Senjutsu. So the whole thing is like, never mind like the Mangekyo, the Rinnegan, the Perfect Susanoo, Toad Sage Modes, six paths Senjutsu, Sage Chakra. I'm probably missing some shit because the dude's a fucking monster. Oh, he's a Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Like I think that's gravely misunderstood. Like a Ten Tails fucking
Yeah, that's a
Jinchuriki
huge boost.
that
Like
can turn
Obito fucking shot up.
like they didn't even have like a full tin. Like he had like all the tail. Like they had like a half a Karama, like some fucking Gingaku, Ingaku bullshit, whatever their names were. No, this was like a full fucking. I can turn fantasy into reality. I want you to be a fucking a mushroom. You are a fucking mushroom. Like in the absence of any counterpoints, I'm going with that. So the whole thing with this is when we say Madara is approaching his level of power, yeah, like in the same way, like I'm standing on top of a hill and someone's walking towards the hill, they're approaching me, but they ain't
How
on my
about
level.
Kaguya's statement though?
Well, real quick. There was a statement from Karma during the actual battle when Naruto was fighting against Sasuke. He essentially said that Sasuke, I think this was right here, after he actually absorbed a bunch of the tail beasts, he essentially said he's practically at the level of Old Man Six Paths.
It's the same
And
thing. It's the same statement as what he was saying about Madara. He's like I said, I'm standing on that cliff. You're walking towards me. Yeah, you're approaching me, but you're not on my eye level. You're getting closer, but you're not quite there. So let me finish. Let me wrap up. So what I'm saying is, just because you enter into like the tier of a person does not like I think Delta's in like Naruto's tier. I wouldn't say like Delta can beat like six paths Naruto in the Boruto era. So like that's what I'm talking about. When we say tiers, it doesn't mean like you scale to them power wise. It just means you're knocking on the door. So and Kaguya is very difficult to scale within the series. I mean, she absorbed like what nearly all the fucking chakra on the planet. I mean, I think that has to account for something. Like she's phasing fucking realities and bringing multiple people with her. Like in terms of Kaguya, like her battle prowess, like hand-to-hand combat, is pretty fucking poor. Even though she did demonstrate a little this, a little that. But really, like her immense amount of fucking chakra is bonkers, bro. And to wrap this up, my little soliloquy here. This is a Hashirama talking to a Sasuke and Naruto who is not a Ten Tails Jinchuriki. He's not. That's not him at his apex. Whenever we discuss Hashirama, it has to be post Kaguya battle, him at his apex with all his plethora of fucking abilities. Like he's literally God. He's literally
and
God.
that's why I brought up the fact he studied six path Senjutsu.
Yeah. But how's
at the
like
same
how did you tie
time,
that?
I don't think that we can just say that Hagoromo surpassed his mom though. Like just because he did all this after she died. I think his mom was still on another level than him, because he was preparing for years. It seemed like for his mom to return, and he had to make sure that he had the correct plan for it to defeat. I mean, if you have any other if you have any other opinion on that, he came out of the half of he came out of Madara.
Look, Fuse Momoshiki is like fucking goated. Like he's powerful as fuck. Not the strongest, but like pretty fucking powerful. Like a heavily fucking nerfed Sasuke and Naruto. One half each of Hagoromo's chakra came together and like defeated him.
But
right?
they couldn't. Half he gave him exactly what you said. Half of his power he gave to Naruto. Half of his power he gave to Sasuke, and they could not compete with Kaguya.
Hold on, but like even with the chakra part, like this is something like, and I know this like based off of the comments I've had like in the comment section on my channel, like Hagoromo took back that chakra when he took back the shields. If you go back and you read the manga when He's talking to the
That's
Kage.
great.
It's like, yeah, I can summon Naruto and Sasuke and them, but I don't have the chakra right now. Once they seal Kaguya, the manga slows down the scene, and you see their hands with the seals at one point, and then the next panel on, the seals are gone from their hands.
Yeah.
And then Hagoromo looks down at his hands, the seals are back on, and then all of a sudden he's able to summon not just Naruto and Sasuke back, but he's able to summon all the other dead Kages from the Pure Land. Like that right there, like he took back the chakra.
That's
So
have
when
a
they
question.
fought Momoshiki and Kinshiki, they didn't have that. They didn't have Hagoromo's chakra anymore.
That's an Indian
Well,
giver
well,
to the max. He just gave it to him and took it right back, even though he's dead. Like, I don't need this no more, but let me take this back. That's Indian.
Hagoromo was a G for that shit, man. It's like I'm gonna loan you this shit, and I'm gonna take
Yeah, I
it back
have a
with
question.
interest.
So